So I'm here with Joyce Short, who is the president of the Roosevelt Landings Tenants Association, and she's going to tell us about an issue involving submetering at the building.
It's the Roosevelt Landings Residents Association, so we here in Roosevelt Landings, our residents are not opposed to submetering. We are good, conscientious people who are concerned about our planet in much the same way that everybody should be concerned about our planet. And we hate being characterized differently. We're opposed to submetering this building in the condition that this building is currently in, because the costs will fall onto the shoulders of the residents for the failures of the landlord to create the conditions that this building should be submetered in.
So several weeks ago, there was a meeting among representatives of the landlord who were describing the submetering plan. Could you explain what happened there?
Actually, what they were describing was not the submetering plan. What they were describing was how people can cut down on their electricity when the building is submetered. And they indicated that we will be submetered by December of this year. And the things that they were describing were things like changing your light bulbs for LED lights, or changing the volume of television that you watch, or maybe turning down your thermostat 2 degrees, putting on a sweater. And these things just have nothing to do with the outrageous costs that would fall on the shoulders of the residents of the building. Because the problem is not the TV, the problem is not the light bulbs, it's the fact that this building is poorly insulated, and the skin of the building is porous. And so all of the heat or all of the air conditioning flies right out of the porous skin of the building. And we would end up having to shoulder those costs. The air conditioners are entirely plug-ins. So the air conditioners and the escape of those of the cold would fall entirely on the tenant's shoulders. And in the winter, the heat flies out the porous skin of the building, and the end result is that our residents have to use space heaters in order to supplement the amount of heat that they have in their cold apartments. Our tenants are cold. They need to have baseboard heaters that work well. They need to have insulation that works well. There are other factors that haven't been worked out in terms of the submetering of the building that, we could go on and on for a couple of hours with this, but there are other issues that they have to come to the table and discuss with us and get ironed out before they can actually get the positive response from the residents that they're looking for. Residents are not opposed to submetering. We're opposed to being taken to the cleaners. We have people here who are elderly, we have people that are subsidized, we have people that are disabled, all of whom would be very, very negatively impacted by what the landlord wants to do. If you walk in Central Park and you took cold water with you because it was a hot day, you put your ice in your thermos bottle, you put your water in your thermos bottle, and it would keep it cool for you. Well, that's exactly what's happening here. This exterior of the building is the container that this building is in. And if the container is not insulated and it's porous, then what's contained within the building can't be kept cool or kept warm, just like if you had if you didn't have a thermos bottle. So that's really our main objection. There are others, but that's the principal. That's the principal objection.
So have you seen any estimates as to what the electric bill might be if the submetering as currently envisioned would be?
The last indication we had was the shadow bill that happened back in 2008 or 2009, and we had electric bills up to $1,300 for 1 month. Now the landlord knows exactly how much electricity is being used in every single apartment. They haven't been forthcoming with that information. But they know Unfortunately, they can also manipulate that tab.
Okay, so what's your plan going forward?
Our plan going forward is to have people sign the petition. If they haven't signed the petition yet, they can actually email me at jm_short@ymail.com, and I'll put them in touch with the building captain in their building so that they can sign it. And the other thing is to look at our web page, and they'll find the information about contacting the Public Service Commission with comments. Our web page is bit.ly, it's bit.ly/submeteringrl.com.
Great, thank you very much.
Very welcome.